Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and good day to all the students. I hope that everyone is in their best of health and ready for the class, of course. For this week, PQS 601 Measurement of Construction Work 5, we'll be looking at the topic on the measurement of landscaping works. So I hope that you have your drawing with you and also your standard method of measurement too. Okay, for the class, and let's start. So categories of landscaping, they are soft and hard landscaping, but for this class, for the purpose of the lecture and also the drawing provided to you, we'll be focusing on the soft landscape. So hard landscape is basically like walkways, square, water drops, waterfall, pergola, manzari, bench, and so on. This falls under the category of hard landscape. But for the purpose of the lecture, we'll be looking at the soft landscape only. So the lecture content for this week, we'll be looking at the soft landscape. It will start with the preliminary work such as the preparation work for the landscaping, such as topsoiling, cultivating, fertilizing, and treating top surfaces such as termites prevention and improving the soil properties. And the second one, seeding, turfing, spot turfing, close turfing, and planting the trees, okay, the shrubs, culms, okay, tubers, hedges, herbaceous plant, and looking at plant protections, and lastly is the mulching. So, which clause in the standard method of measurement 2 is related to landscaping works? So now the students, all of you need to have your SMM2 with you, and please refer to section W in a page of 134 and under the subheading of fencing, turfing, and planting. So all of the clauses is related to section W of SMM2. Okay, the first one is the topsoiling. For the topsoiling, please refer to page 136. Okay, so what is topsoiling? Topsoiling is to protect the newly excavated soil surface from erosion and involves spreading of vegetative soil on the subgrade to the planting areas. And the measurement, okay, for this topsoiling, you can refer to section W.15.2. Okay, it says that the quantity should be measured in square meter, and in your description it should state the thickness of the topsoil that to be deposited on site. Okay, for example, here we have the description for the topsoiling. Okay, topsoiling. So you have to mention whether you are using by hand or machineries. It should be mentioned in your description. Surface of ground, and what will be the thickness. Okay, thickness of your topsoil, and the work need to be done on site, which is evenly graded to finish, levels to fine till. So the unit is in meter square. You can refer to section W.15.2. Second one is cultivating. Cultivating also should be referred to section W.15.2. Cultivating involve a work like removal of turf grass, removal of stones, tiling the soil by hand, and or using a portable tiling machine. So this is a cultivating soil. It's mainly as a preparation for a soil where the plant is going to grow, involve works that has been mentioned previously. And also, if you refer to section W15.2, all the works related should be measured in meter square. And you also need to mention the depth of cultivating and how you are going to conduct the cultivating, such as using hand or by machine. So if you have any requirement for watering, weeding, cutting, settlement, reseeding, protective temporary fencing, and the like, it should be stated in your description as well. This is the example of the cultivating in the bills of quantity. Okay, as mentioned, you need to mention the work that need to be done, whether using machines or using the hand. Okay, the depth of cultivating and the works that need to be done on site, it is in meters square. Next one is fertilizing. Okay, fertilizing is also need to be referred to W15.2, still under the same clause. Application of fertilizer to enhance growth of the seed or plant. It's also need to be measured in meter square. And you need to mention the kind and quality of a fertilizer that you are using. Okay, a rate of application, quantity per meter square, and the method of application. It should also be mentioned in your description. Okay, this is an example, fertilizing. That is the work that need to be done. General surfaces of cultivated soil. This is the nature where the fertilizing need to be conducted by using machine or hand. Okay, approved brand commercial fertilizer. But if in your drawing, the architect already mentioned the specific brand of fertilizer, it should be mentioned in your description as well. Okay, at rate of 800 gram per meter square. So it should be clearly mentioned in your description. Unit is also in meter square. Okay, next one is seeding. Seeding still falls under W15.2. Okay, seeding also measured in meter square. And you should describe the rate of application. Okay, quantity of seeding per meter square and method of application. It could be by hand. This is more traditional ways, and modern landscaping, normally now they are using machines. Example, okay, seeding. Okay, that is the nature of work that you are carrying out. General surface of cultivated soil by hand or by machineries. Okay, in 2 numbers of operation with approved grass seed. This is the type of seed that you would like to seed at a rate of 100 gram per meter square. Okay, then you have to mention maintaining the whole contract period after seeding. That the last phrase, maintaining the whole of the contract period after seeding, also under the requirement of W15.2, the last sentences, which is any requirement for watering, weeding, cutting, settlement, reseeding, protective temporary fencing, and the like should be described in the description. Okay, so the unit also in meter square. Okay, turfing. Okay, turfing also falls under W15.2. Okay, this is a turf. Okay, turfing, there are 2 types, closed turfing and spot turfing. Closed turfing, normally the turf is being placed to form a sort of carpet, and spot turfing is normally the turf is placed with some spacing for budgetary purpose and so on. Okay, so it is measured both in meters square, but in your description, in closed turfing, you need to mention the botanical name of the turf and the size, method of securing the turf, and timing for operation. Under spot turfing, what you need to mention, similar to the closed turfing, but what makes it different for the spot turfing, you need to mention the spacing of the turf. Okay, that's a different way in describing your description for closed turfing and the spot turfing. Okay, example for the closed turfing. Okay, the nature of work that you want to carry out on site, closed turfing. Okay, the scientific name, Xenopus compressus. I hope I mentioned this correctly. And the size, okay, since this is a closed turfing, you need to mention the size per supply for the turf. Okay, horizontal surfaces, packed with wooden pegs where necessary, rolling, watering, weeding, cutting, and additional fertilizer, maintaining for the whole contract period after turfing. And the unit is in meters square. Okay, always remember this, why you need to describe your description of your items correctly is because the contractors that enter into the contract will rely on your description to price the rate or the item. So you need to be very careful in describing this description. Okay, for the spot turfing, okay, here we have spot turfing, for example. For the spot turfing, we have item for spot turfing, and then the scientific name, the size per supply. Okay, normally the turf will be supplied in these sizes. Okay, and if you realize under spot turfing, there will be a centers because this turf will be placed at 300 centers. So sini 300 centers. Horizontal surface and the rest are the same, and the unit is meter square. Roller, this is a roller for mowing the turf. The turf maintenance activity, it should be depending the frequency depending on the type of turf, and normally it's a once a month for a normal practice for the building compound. So I think we're gonna stop here for part 1 of this lecture. I'm going to meet all of you again in part 2 of this video, and see you later. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and have a great day everyone.